How important was that for you?
Extremely important because you lose a game like that or the situation that we're in, and it would have been potentially our third loss in a row. It would start messing with our locker room mentally. So it was very important for us to get back on the winning track.
I thought the guys, Tyler Harvey and Sam Foley, were really good. And then Trey sort of stepped up in the third quarter. They were, especially defensively, and against Crawford and Doyle. Was that the plan to nullify them too?
I mean, that's the focal point of that group. Doyle and Crawford. Crawford coming off the bench now, being a high scorer, and Doyle does his thing, day in and day out. And we knew that we wanted to make sure that we make everything tough for, especially Doyle since he's starting, and keep an eye on Crawford and make everything tough for him. But at the end of the day, we didn't want, some of the role players. McDonald had it. Sean had a really good game. A couple other guys put the ball in the hole. But we really wanted to make sure that Doyle didn't get heated up during the course of the game.
Tyler, during those minutes late in the game with Tassie hanging around and nastily close, was it on your mind what had happened over the last two games, and what was said after the Cairns loss, or was it just focus on the job at hand?
No, I think it's always focused on the job at hand. If you let, what happened last game linger, and that's a recipe for disaster for any team. So JT, told us we have to wipe those two games as hard as it is. Those two games hurt, but this league happens so fast. We're on to the next game 3 days later, so you can't hang on to losses as much. You have to learn the lessons, and then you got to move on, man.
Your field goal percentage, your three-point percentage at a career high level this
Really?
season. Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow.
What's enabling that, do you think? Has it just happened, or is there a cause of it?
I don't know. I don't look at percentages, to be honest with you. I just care about winning, and I feel like percentages always take care of themselves. That's how I've always been. So, I put the work in, day out. I try to stay consistent with my routine, and sometimes the ball goes in, sometimes it doesn't. This year it's been fortunate enough to go in at a high clip, like you said, but, other guys have been stepping up, man. They're getting me open shots, and I just got to make them.
Justin, the streak, 9 straight games, 100 points plus is over. Do you care about that?
No, I don't. I told the guys in the locker room, the coaches, I said, man, if we can keep winning games at 89, 90-some points, I'm okay with that, as long as the team scores less than us.
Was that like a finals play against Tasmania? It was more defense oriented?
We're taking probably every game is like a finals, type of situation, because right now, being at the top of the ladder, clearly everybody was going to give you their best shot. So I feel that every game has been tense, and we're getting every team's best shot and making tough shots against us. So that could be simulated a little bit, but I felt that every game that we've been in recently has been a finals type of situation.
Tyler, the coach, I would say, I'm sure he won't mind me saying, was the most frustrated. Some would say angry that I've seen him in his time at Illawarra after the Cairns loss. How do you handle and how do you make the team in the days between Cairns and tonight?
I think one thing that makes JT special is he knows, he picks and chooses his moments, and he knows how to lock this group back in. Obviously, we were all disappointed after that loss, and I think he knew that. Nobody came to the press conference with him, so that said a lot. And you know what? He came in the next day. We refocused, and that's what he does well, and that sets the group up for success. And, if you had a coach that lingered with it and carries it on to today, then you'll have players out there that are rattled and don't want to make mistakes because of what happened the day before. But he's not like that, and I think that's why the group came out the way we did today.
Just a word on Will. He had some tough moments late in the Cairns game, some good numbers generally, but obviously there was the turnovers, the tech foul. How do you think he rebounded to that, bounced back to that?
He did well. Don't stick on that situation, a couple games ago, or last game too long, Davo. At the end of the day, you're a very special piece of this team, and so the way you play is the reason why we have wins or have an opportunity to win games. So, every play that he makes is not going to be a home run or successful, but at the end of the day, he means well by it, and so we just stuck with him on his side with anybody who made mistakes during the course of the game, because like I said, nobody individually lost that game. We collectively did. We just had bad moments.
You got the result today. Tassie got back in that fourth quarter, so how are you going to work with the Breakers knowing they're going to have nothing to lose, like you mentioned earlier, and they'll just come out here and play for their fans and pride?
I just think to take care of the ball and keep the pressure on and limit our mistakes. I think Taz did a really good job. They're a systematic team. They have multiple guys who can make shots. They trust each other with the extra passes, and so I think New Zealand will do the same situation. But I feel that our tempo, our depth should hopefully throw them off a little bit, and we just got to finish the fourth quarter.
You mentioned about that extra pass when we spoke earlier this week. Do you think there were times when Tassie made a run, but you guys would compose yourself? Was that important to compose yourself every time they are the defending champions? Make a run like that.
Yeah, it is, because we know we're going to get their best shot out. Unfortunately, we didn't want to start that third quarter like we did again today, but that was something that we talked about a couple of days ago. And so the resilience of what I've seen my guys, that's why I didn't call a timeout. I could have burned one early, and once again they could have showed like we're back to the same spot. No, I trust you guys to figure it on out, and we made a play, I believe, to stop that run and get a layup or a dunk or something like that, and it got our juices back flowing. So that's just the growth of this group that we've been seeing since we started in early August.
I think you brought up your 400 assists in a loss, so we did talk about it then, but
See, man, you gotta recognize.
that's obviously an important part of your game as well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, JT doesn't think I pass the ball, but
To the rim. To the rim.
But I mean, we got a lot of guys that can knock down shots. We got Trey, Lee, anybody on our team can make it over shots. So that's cool that happened. I didn't even know that. So thanks.
You guys lost, I guess.
Thank you for that reminder.
Tyler, quickly, when you and Dave were in foul trouble, what was the plan? Because Justin had to make a few quick changes. Was it a worry for you boys, knowing who was going to replace you? You got fouled out?
Not at all.
He wasn't going to foul out.
There you go.
He wasn't going to foul out. Good. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you.